Alrighty, guys. In the top left-hand corner of the map, the gentleman currently leading in this set. He's red, he's Terran, he is teamless. And his name is Polt. His opponent in the bottom right-hand corner from Team Prime, who is performing significantly better this IPTL season, winning their last up-and-down match. We'll see if they take game number 2. Guys, it is Creator.
All right, so Creator trying to tie things up. As we mentioned before, this is IPL Fight Club, so winner stays on. Grabs $500, accumulates a $100 bounty on their head. The loser is sent packing, and Polt trying to upset our current champion right now.
Sorry, I thought you were going to.
That's just what they'll do.
For a second. Yeah, one of these days, these boots will walk all over one of these players.
Yeah, maybe.
God, sometimes I stretch too far for transitions.
It's okay. It's all right. We appreciate the attempt.
Yeah, Ohana means family, so
that's true.
Everybody's got a little love going on right now.
It's always weird to me though, because getting in the heart of the swarm and seeing everything, like you have to get used to new visual cues and such as you move along, and seeing the freaking workers where they have the queued up all over the minerals is really weird to me. I don't know why, but
it's very helpful though. I will say for actual play, because in the early stages of the game, I want to have 2 workers on every closest mineral patch. If you take a look at some of these mineral patches, guys, you'll see some of them are closer than others to the Nexus. And ideally, what you want is to always have your beginning workers. You want to always be mining with as many workers as possible off of the close ones. Yes. Is the best way, I think, to say that. They should always be working all the time.
That's why sometimes you'll see players at the very beginning of games, even when they only have 6 workers, they'll stack 2 on each of the 3 closest mineral patches so they get better saturation. You only net yourself about 15 or 20 minerals better over a couple of minutes, but those are small advantages that really add up.
Yeah. So, for example, when you finish when your Overlord spawns, excuse me, as a Zerg player, you'll have 110 to 115 minerals instead of 100 even, which you would have if you didn't do anything at all. But with this new HOTS thing, it makes it actually that the second it's, because like you have to spam click, it's kind of, that's why a lot of players will do that. You'll spam click, and it tells you once you spam click long enough. It's basically like, okay, you can stop. It's like a red light, green light effect is essentially the effect of the cool little mineral effect. That's so many effects. I'm sorry.
Oh, no! Okay, I actually, Polt was just toying with him for a second, giving him a glimmer of hope. Oh, you will be able to exit.
That probe actually made it halfway up the supply depot.
Yeah.
Then it raised, and he just fell back there. He was like, no! It wasn't actually the Marine that killed him. It was hitting the ground.
Well, Polt is actually doing the same thing we saw last game. He opened with a Marine into a Reaper, then he expanded. A little bit of a difference now. He's going right for the Tech Lab. We saw Factory before any add-ons last time to immediately go into Widow Mines and start moving into that Widow Mine drop. But he's basically started with the same little bit of harassment. Now, of course, could be adapting a bit to what he sees out of his opponent, as Polt going to make his way right in with a Reaper, and he'll be able to kite around for a little while, and he should be able to pick up on the timing of this expansion. Oh, actually, just outright deny it. Good job.
Very nice. So, as 100 gas it does approach, 60-second build time for your factory, 50 seconds for your starport, and 42 seconds for your medevac. So, quick math tells me a little over 2 minutes to get out medevacs here with his stim, and he's throwing down 2 barracks behind this. And I would expect a factory here because we were actually, Kevin, you and I were talking about this before we did get into this, about how pushes out of Terran just don't seem to work as well now that Time Warp exists.
Right.
But drop play actually works a lot better. Well, to a certain regard. You still, of course, have Photon Overcharge, but you find such little effect, such little success in just like, I'm going to push you up your ramp. It just is so terrible that drops by comparison are way better.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I've been noticing too, and as we see an engineering bay go down, and that's always been kind of Polt's style too, which is nice for him. There were a lot of Terran players who are kind of riding the bandwagon to get very large armies they knew wouldn't die and had decent positioning or kiting or something like that, and were able to get away with it.
Yeah.
But the Terran players that I think are really going to shine now, Polt being a key example of that, are the players that are going to be able to stretch their opponent's multitasking, get all over the place, attack with little groups of units, many at a time. Looks like Creator actually following this up with 4 gates behind the initial 1-gate expansion. We'll see if he wants to put on any pressure with this, though.
We've been seeing more and more of this as of late. Was it MC who used it the other day? I'm forgetting right now, but we actually we've been seeing more 4 gates, simply put.
I would not be surprised. I mean, that was always MC style, so.
Yeah. So, going to be pushing up right now. Polt is, simply put, going to be countering this to a certain regard. He's got very fast stim. which, you know, we were talking about how Widow Mines work decently well versus a 5K. Okay, they do. Polt did manage to win that last game, but he actually took a lot more damage than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Spider Mines work much better than that. But here, I mean, Stim straightforward. Guys, Stim works great until you have splash damage, simply put.
Exactly. So now looks like Polt. Look at this, actually meeting this attack here at the front. Really nice force fields, though. Creator completely surrounds that force, and even if you have Stim, it doesn't matter against this number of Protoss units. What an incredible display there from Creator. Really well done.
That is game-winning. I don't know what Polt can do from here. He didn't actually even stim those forces. He kind of just sat there and went, I just lost this game.
Wow. All right. So Creator is a boss and has incredible control. Now, he's got to make sure he doesn't get too greedy. He just wants to pick off SCVs here, nab a couple of units from the side, do economic damage, then eventually contain this this natural. He doesn't want to lose his whole army, though. And he actually doesn't even have to. He's up by 20 supply now. He's fine.
Yep. This is looking like it's going to be it. Polt trying to rally whatever he can here around this bunker, but the reality is that Creator can just walk around it and then go into the mineral line, and then there's no mining for Polt. So he's killing off his barracks right now because, honestly, Creator knows he's got this game.
Okay, so what's going on down here? It looks like one Reaper tried to duck back in, but it's not even gotten any kills. One Stalker was actually already sitting there waiting for this. Another good set of force fields, not quite as overwhelming as they were before, but it does lock out most of the SCVs. So really, we're just close to waiting for the end here as production facilities are now under fire, and it looks like Creator knows that he's done very well with this, so he's continuing to put on the pressure.
SCVs, Marines, everything pulled off the line. This is it for Polt. Stimming his units, running forward. The SCVs, though, not going to attack there for a minute. Loses 3 of his Marines, actually. A lot of damage dealt there by something. Another Spider Mine shot. Yeah, there was 2 Spider Mines, and he may somehow clean all this up, but he's in such a bad position.
Yeah, no, I mean, he may literally be able to hold right now, but as you see, it's 14 workers to 30 at the moment, and Creator still has, very well-developed economy. He's still chasing these SCVs around. They need to go back to mining right now, and they just couldn't up to this point, so.
3 Marines will take out the Stalker, 2 Zealots coming in, and another Stalker. A third Zealot as well here for Creator, but the Spider Mine is going to take right quick care of him. I love the new physics.
Widow Mines are amazing.
Awesome.
Widow Mines
he
just
killed his own Marine. He did pull up in half. The Marine torso. Oh, that was terribly viciously Corey.
Yeah. Well, here come more Stalkers
It really
now.
did, though.
Hey, you're right. I mean,
and they're terrible.
Polt's playing this well. I mean, as far as trying to maximize the amount of damage he does, he's just too far behind at this point.
Yeah.
He's leading Creator directly back on top of Widow Mines, and each one of those that fires has enough single target DPS to kill a Stalker, and then they do a little bit of splash on top of that.
Yep. They will actually kill any gateway unit.
Yeah. Yes, they will. You are correct.
And that Widow Mine looks like it has a much longer range than it actually has because of this downhill slope.
Yeah.
I was like, why is it an oval?
All right. Well, that's
a
very
secure
good
base.
That's very good defensive positioning for Polt's 4 Widow Mines
on the way. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. that would have been game ending.
Or he needs a scan.
Yep. Doesn't have it, unfortunately. And that's just GG. All right. So Creator takes the game, ties things up 1-1. And a very quick game there. That's kind of how he intended the game number 1 to go, but Polt was too ready for it.
Yeah.
Not even that Polt was too ready for it, but Polt was able to stabilize and do economic damage at the same time. There was nothing he could do this go-round.
All right, so we're tied up at 1-1. Game number 3 will be coming at you. The map, everybody always they load it right as I'm looking at the map, and then it's like, snap. But it's Daybreak, actually. So we'll be getting into that. And till then, quick 2-minute commercial break coming your guys' way. I'm Kibbles. With me is Kevin Naki. This is Polt versus Creator.